parted out the Chevy too.
Yeah.
Now, it's turning into what it's supposed to be. What do you think, Mr. Todd?
I love it. I love
cool?
it. Yeah.
Look at the thought they put into this. I noticed this underneath. This pretty neat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right in there and everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's totally tucked away,
much
totally
nicer
hidden.
setup than what it had originally. Now it's supported off the lower table. I mean, I like the whole thing.
Yeah.
I like the whole thing. Now all you have to do is watch the video and see how we got here.
Yeah, exactly. Many steps, but it was just an afternoon and we got it all together, and we have a few more steps to do just to dry fit everything, and then we'll take it all apart again.
Let's be like Wayne's World and take them back in time.
Exactly. Okay, I got one bolt.
I'll spin it out. I got one holding on top.
Okay.
No.
I think we got two on the outside.
I left one on top on each side.
Okay.
We'll spin
I see no issue here. Yeah.
No balls.
Yeah. Like the battery's pretty dead.
Just put a new one in it.
Oh.
Here.
There's no way you guys are holding that on that nut. That is an end-wrench job. I got the other ones. Yeah, the other ones are in a good place. Oh.
You want me to spin that ratchet? You want me to run the ratchet, or you got it?
Oh, he's got it. He's bringing the thunder here. Oh,
that would have brought the thunder.
Yeah, no, that's the finger deleter. Those bolts would have been in there for
too long. 60 years?
1963? Four? Yep. There we go.
Okay. One more subframe bolt on this side.
So you got one on top up here.
The whole thing's holding by the inner fender.
And is the other side all the way off, or it's just?
No, you get those two off.
Okay, because there's one on the top.
Everything is just holding on the top.
Yeah, one. There's two there. Yes, sir.
You think it's gonna hold?
I'm sure it will.
Just those two on the top?
Yeah, it can't really go anywhere.
Except for on my foot, right?
Well, we're all at a penetrant.
The bottom ones are worse.
Huh?
The bottom one's bad.
Yeah, well, they catch all the shit. I mean...
So, Todd 2 struggles. I guess you could be Todd 1. You're the elder Todd.
I just have to let Todd 2 figure his shit out.
Let Todd 2 figure his shit out.
Gotta figure my shit out.
Then we'll spin out the last two bolts.
Yeah, long story short, the top's got to come off. All this should just as one unit.
It does.
And then fun.
I got the top one off.
As long as the idler arm all bolts to the frame, which as I remember it does.
I think we gotta pull this fuel line through though, eh? That's still
Fuel line?
It's just rubber.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That'll pull itself through when you drop it.
Well, it's got a fitting on it.
Believe you me.
I think the fuel line needs to get cut.
Are we leaving this with a rubber line down the car?
That is not a rubber line all the way down the car, as I remember. The line comes with the kit. That line gets hard feeling.
I mean, wouldn't it be intelligent to maybe put like a nice...
We're going to look at something.
like a nice Teflon line
AN line or something.
I mean, it's all coming out of there anyway when we sandblast it. Like this.
Front of Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah, that fuel line is getting shitty. Feel that.
Ready?
Oh my God. Feel
Really?
that. That's not great.
Oh.
And that's like Frigola too. It's not a cheap line.
I mean, it's been in there. It's been a while. Eh? How long
Yeah, it's
we
probably
had
been 4 years, 3 years,
Yeah,
4 years.
that's still not that long.
No.
that? At least that long.
Okay, boys, I want to see the top come out.
Yeah, well,
It's the final countdown. It's the final countdown. Oh dear, you're gonna get demonetized because I sang final countdown.
We're not monetized.
It's true. Yeah, now I can continue to sing final countdown to please the viewers.
You took the one tool we need though.
You don't think the viewers would be pleased by my rendition of final countdown?
So that's how it's going to drop?
Probably.
After you take that out?
I mean,
Probably yes.
I mean, I
got a jack on the front part.
Okay.
Oh, there's a shim. Look at that.
Yeah, I saw the shim.
Now this is where it's gonna get danger zone-ish. Just move your feet. Just you guys
Spinner.
have some.
Spinner?
Yeah.
That was.
Oh, graceful.
Well, that's way easier to work on your suspension now. You just.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, you're right there. I
Where would we
mean,
go?
come on, like.
There we go.
So does all these components transfer over onto your new frame, or we have to get all this?
We
All
have
the-
to modify the upper control arm.
Okay.
I think we have to cut off these tabs. I think it connects different.
Oh yeah.
And then I think he said something about the anti-sway bar too. There's something, I don't know,
Different.
something different, some way that it picks up differently.
Okay. Okay.
But nothing.
The lower control arms and everything are direct bolt on basically, and
The upper control arm is bolt right on. It's just the coilover is different.
Yeah.
right.
Then the brake unit goes away.
Yep.
All the steering stuff goes away.
So it's
I think
getting a.
that switches over to a front steer, but it looks like that.
Yeah,
So what does that take? Does that take a Pinto rack, or what's it take?
We have the rack over there. It came from Detroit Speed, so I don't know.
Where is
Probably
the
a Pinto
Where
rack.
is the rack?
Over to
I
the
can-
box in the back.
When we see it, I can tell you if it's Pinto rack or not.
The
And we have to switch the oil pan.
Right.
we don't have to switch the oil pan actually.
No? Oh, everything's going to clear?
Yeah, like
Better than it did
Yeah.
before.
you don't have to have the special oil pan anymore
Yeah.
to clear your steering.
We can
'Cause
get,
we
a,
switched
we
over
can
to
get
front
an
steering.
oil pan that's still tucked up a little bit more.
So we're going to swap those steering arms.
Is that
the
where
front
we're at?
end.
Yeah, probably
So
so.
wheeling this around a bit could be fun.
I don't wheel it around very much. I think we're going to flop it over and start pulling parts off.
Okay.
Or even like that, maybe.
I don't know. You don't think it would be easier to bolt that on the car without all that stuff and then start adding parts to
Yeah,
the...
I think we'll do that, but I'm going to just scrap this right here.
Right.
Is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
We'll maybe knock those tie rods off, and we'll knock the tie rods off, and then we'll knock off the. We'll take off that top coilover, and then we'll just pull the control arms off, and we'll just keep the control arms on the spindles of the unit for now. What in the hell?
A dump truck with another dump trailer,
I guess that just made a lot of noise going with the bump.
I think.
Yeah, so that's, I think, our next step. So we'll knock all this stuff off. Those, I think, for right now, we'll just leave them right in place.
Okay.
We'll just pull I may change my mind on that, but for now, just to scrap it out. We'll pull these off. Pull your lower joint off or your upper, whichever, so it's separated from the sway bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll just grab the spindle and the upper and lower control arm.
Oh, okay, right. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll pull the coil over.
Yeah.
Pull the link off of your sway bar.
Yeah.
And then we'll take the sway bar out as a separate unit. We don't
Yeah.
want all that tied together because that would be just a
Nice.
cluster.
Yeah.
So then we'll pop these. But let's get the tie rods off. Let's get the coilovers off to start, and the sway bar, and then we'll pull the.
Okay, we'll check back in on the Todds momentarily.
Yeah.
let's let Todd 2
We
get
can
his.
get one, yeah.
There you go. Todd 2's in.
You gotta pull it a bit.
Yeah, we'd be way off here.
Way off?
Mm.
Yeah,
Half a hole.
grab a punch.
Maybe asking a lot out of a punch. I don't know.
I have a big long lineup punch over there in the box.
You hold that.
Yeah.
I kind of have it with my knee too. Oh, don't pull too hard. Try to pull your car off jack stands. Hang on, that long lineup punch should. There's that big long. It's over on the vise by my car. I was using it to flare fuel lines. To get the AN lines to sit in the...
Yeah.
Did you get all the beautiful welds?
They look good. Do like a fancy B-roll of all the Hollywood church boys welds. It is really nicely done. Okay, well here, why don't you hold this and I'll go get it. Oh, that might have done it.
Yeah, pretty close. See if you can stick a bolt in there.
Need some pointed bolts so they
Can we?
zoom right in there.
I think you're almost there. Here. Like I think it has to go just kind of down to the...
Just spin that.
There you go.
He's in.
All right, you guys, you want to put a nut on the back of that? I can let this go.
Yeah. That big washer there. Yeah. Those holes could almost be
A little larger.
upsized.
Yeah.
Before it goes to powder coat, because
Yeah, you don't want to scratch shit out of it after.
yeah. There's that.
You want to?
Alright,
Okay.
put the rest of them in there,
Okay.
and then
Work on the top stuff.
I'll start setting the top up now.
That's a lot different.
These are all the rest of them, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is a lot different.
It is. It is. Well, I mean, that's a good thing.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a good thing.
The factory stuff is
Kind of junk.
pretty weak. Hey, look at this.
Yeah, you got a bunch of hardware. Maybe they sent smaller bolts for that.
Don't get that tight before you get the other bolts kind of okay.
Yeah.
What do you got for bolts in there?
I don't know if I ever get to them, I'll tell you. You gonna pack?
They wrap it in packing tape?
It looked like they were shipping diamonds there.
Never seen a diamond shipment before, so
I don't know what
reserve judgment.
those are for.
Must be those tops.
Maybe.
Probably they're trying to do it all with 3/8 bolts, but it looks of it.
Then probably
Say the
down there.
longer ones are for the top and the shorter ones are for the bottom or something.
Would appear.
I don't know. That must be they pressed that in there and then tack welded it just to.
Yeah, it almost looks like a nutsert, doesn't
It
it?
looks like a nutsert that they compressed and then tacked just to be sure. I don't know. This looks like this must be like a welded proper nut on the backside. Those ones. It's a lot of fab when you get looking at how they like use that other lasered cut and bent plate to like gusset the outside and stuff. Like there's some
Over there. Huh?
Engineering. Yeah, that seems like that moves. Yeah, that's, I think, just a...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna end up putting
I think that's a temporary.
a coil over there.
I think that is just a temporary spacer for sure.
There's new bolts here, Colin. You want to use them?
For the frame? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, to hold your top and your bottom in place.
Not that many flat washers.
Definitely enough for the bottom.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, we have to come up a little bit with it. There you go, like that. That's why they sent 1 inch long bolts.
Actually, you probably should put that spacer back in. I think for now. I have to remember that spacer though, because we may want to take it out when we're actually adjusting fender gaps and stuff. I don't know.
Well, you wouldn't want to try and start it without anything, considering you're starting fresh.
I think I'll start with it.
Okay.
It had the same on both sides. So. And they sent such a long bolt for up there. Makes me wonder. What are we, about 3 hours into it?
We are, yeah, we're about 3 hours in.
So, I mean, this ain't bad.
It's not bad. The whole front end off, and things are coming together quite quickly.
Yeah. Now, I mean, just to be clear, we're going to mock everything up here. We're going to build everything. I'm going to put a motor in it, get the steering shaft run where I want it with the headers. Just an old assembly block I have. And we're going to do it all. We're going to make sure all the fenders line up. We're going to make sure everything is done. We're going to blow it all back apart after, and we'll get it all powder coated. But for right now, I'm not going to say that everything is actually going to fit, although so far it has. It's fit pretty well. The sway bar, we're kind of out for lunch on that.
Yeah.
And they did say there was a modification. Todd too forgot what they said exactly. And anyway, I'm not really worried about it yet. We'll get everything together. We'll get the steering in it and so on. And then we'll figure it out. We're just hanging these tables in, putting the coilovers in. Coilover now is more of a conventional setup. Goes to the lower table, which is why the sway bar changes, because this mount used to run the sway bar. These we're going to have to cut off. And that's where the coilovers used to mount and bolt into the shock tower up here. So all that monkey business is gone. And then we're doing a rack, so it's going to be front steer instead of rear steer. So we've got these bad boys that have to go on here. So we'll take all the brakes apart. We'll bolt these on. We'll get the rack on. And then at the same time, we've got a Willwood brake setup that's going on here. And get rid of this. So everything's working well so far. There is a provision here for the sway bar, but I just don't quite see how that works. So I've got to, like I say, I'm not going to go digging a big hole with that right now. We'll get everything else in place and we'll see where that thing goes. And if it's not clear, I guess we'll give Church Boys a call.
Yeah. So what do you think? Direct bolt on Chinese parts work perfect?
Well, these aren't Chinese parts.
I know.
That's the beauty when you don't buy Chinese parts.
Yeah.
It actually fits.
It's actually been going on quite easily, actually.
I like these inner fenders. These are pretty nice.
Yeah, those are Detroit Speed inner fenders.
Yeah, they come with your kit, right?
Yeah.
And then we're supposed to put on the factory rad sport, which
It's going to look pretty janky.
will definitely make this look nicer if we decide to use it.
Yeah.
Now we got to make something. She goes on there easy enough.
Direct.
Bolt it to these guys.
Yeah.
It needs to go on there a little further, but yeah, I'm not really in love with that thing right now, but I don't know if I have a better idea right now either. So
technology to make it tubular.
Yeah, just if we do make it tubular, then all the crop, you know, isn't going to be really shielded. So I don't know what we should do there yet. That's all going to make sense as we work.
Yeah.
Like everything else, like that sway bar and everything else. It all kind of shows you what it needs as you work.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the rad support. You know.
Well, I mean, obviously freshened up, it's going to look better too. And when everything's in place, you don't really see it that much either.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go.
So we're in love with the subframe, church boys. If you're watching this, it just took a heck of a long time to get here. The 12 weeks turned into 24 weeks. So
24 weeks. Is that all?
I don't know. We ordered it in February and we got it in September.
Last week. So
Well, yeah, October.
So it was a little slow.
It was a little slow, but we're happy now that we're back at it. And here's the rack and pinion. Here's the rack and pinion we're going to stick on here shortly. And
Sort of held up the job for a while, didn't it?
it did leave the car
You
alone.
can't really, you know, I mean, start doing a whole lot of body work and then the gaps change a little bit. You're screwed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you kind of had to put the brakes on there for a while.
Yeah. Here's the inner fenders.
They did a nice job on those. Well, those guys stamp out some cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's they got some nice parts. Your mini tubs are Detroit Speed too, aren't they?
Yeah.
They all sell that through Church Brothers, or Church Boys, but
Yeah.
it's a cool setup. I'm very impressed with that. A little deal we got to pry on and put those bolts in. I mean, that who knows about that, because these cars weren't like 100% accurate car to car to car. You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think there's any way you're going to make that to where it's just going to slide up to every single one perfect.
Yeah.
And plus, stuff does change when you weld, although I imagine they bolt that to a jig when they weld it. They must have to. I mean, they're mass producing it.
Yeah.
So it probably doesn't change that much, but I would imagine that's more difference from one car to another.
Yeah.
Or who the hell knows if it's got banged a little bit or whatever through the years. I mean, anything.
But it was like quarter inch. It wasn't a big deal.
That's it. So I'm not really losing any sleep over that. And that, again, all we had to do was put a lineup punch in it and the bolts were in. So that was not... There was no end of the world stuff there.
Yeah.
And that's the only even remote thing we've had to do. Everything else is bolted straight on.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive. These little brackets we got to hack off of here so they don't hit the springs, because these are made for the other type. But we're able to go ahead and use them on this. We just got to take these off, and we'll get these fresh powder coated too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like a Mustang power rack.
It does.
Yeah, it looks like a Flaming River.
I think that's what they typically put on these units as a Mustang rack.
Yeah.
Must be some tie rod ends in that box or somewhere.
Really?
Anyway.
Should get a bump steer kit for it. Dial it all in.
We're not gonna do wheelies with it.
No, I don't care if we do wheelies with it. If we want to go around corners, we need a bump steer kit on it.
Yeah.
We should order up a bump steer kit. Maybe they sent that. Maybe that's what's in these. You think that they were...
I doubt they sent the bump steer kit.
Well, I don't know. It's got every other racy suspension part.
That's true.
Why wouldn't it have a bump steer kit?
Well, I don't know. You never know.
So we'll get back at it.
Yep.